to Some Good Tea, where we drink some tea and we share some tea. I'm your host, Katie, and I am joined once again by Bree. We are so excited, you guys, to be having some tea on this lovely fall evening.
I don't think excited is the right word for it. I'm just way too overjoyed.
That's amazing. The tea we're having is so great.
It smells like candy, you guys.
It basically is candy. Mm-hmm. So this is a very special tea that I got while I was in the Tetons. Ooh. This is Dornan's Huckleberry tea. It's a Huckleberry chai tea.
It sounds very Hobbit-esque. Like,
I
it just
know, right?
sounds very like fantasy.
Yeah, it does. It basically is just fantasy in a cup. And I also got Huckleberry honey, which sounds like something that you'd get out of like Winnie the Pooh's cupboard.
But also, it's in a little bear.
It is.
It's Huckleberry bear honey.
Huckleberry bear honey with the Huckleberry tea. Say that
berry.
5 times fast.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what you said.
The point is that it's real good.
Good.
It's real good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have a website, but you can go there during Huckleberry season and get it in person. It is delicious.
Yeah. Can't concur.
It's
had at least half of it.
So good. It's so good. It's so good. And we're going to be talking about one of the most important things of the Halloween season.
Yup.
Which is making your costume.
And crying about it as you make it.
All the time. It's the roughest of the toughest times. Just the agony.
Just my eyes just twitching thinking about it. Like it's
tears I was literally working on mine earlier today and hating myself for it.
I didn't today, I did yesterday. Last night.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
So good. Mm-hmm. But I didn't go to bed at a decent hour.
Honey, no. Honey, no.
It's fine. It's all part of the process.
Well, we'll get to hear all about that process. Do you want to roll the dice?
Yeah.
Excellent.
A 19.
See, now we gotta tell Katie it's not just her. Okay, that's okay. The little door.
I got it. Fixed it.
That's why I got this cute little dice tower on sale. Is because this little door just goes boop. But it's okay.
Why I got it on sale.
I could glue it.
Is it supposed to hinge?
It's supposed to be able to open.
Okay.
Right? It's supposed to have a hinge, but it hinges so much.
The hinge is too much.
It hinges so much that it hinges all the way off the door completely.
That's one way.
So it's fine. It's okay. Then question number 19. We are off to just an excellent start.
I'm scared.
How did you first get started in cosplay?
Oh.
And what would your advice be to some poor unfortunate soul who's decided that this is their
calling in life?
They're calling it their form of torture.
How did I get started? I got started when I worked at the park previously known as Evermall.
Excellent.
And you're in costume every night for 6 hours, and you're playing these characters and doing all this kind of stuff.
6 hours.
It is a lot.
That was a lot.
I was very tired and didn't realize I was tired until it ended. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, I've had those kinds of jobs.
Yeah, but essentially you're in costume and you're having fun, but like then you go home and you're like, well, now I have to wear normal clothes.
Like, gosh dang it.
So why would I do that?
Why would we?
So that's where I started being like, oh, Halloween's coming around. I really want to wear or like make or like
I want to try
this.
Something else.
Yeah. And so I started by being like, I really want to be just like a princess. Like I just want to like wear the crown, like have the poofy dress, and be all cute. So I started pretty simple in things that I could like just purchase.
Yeah.
And be very easy and be like, okay, but I could like modify this and like twirl my hair around the crown or something. It looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
And now I have an entire closet in my house dedicated to cosplay. So it starts small, folks.
Good.
Sometimes it starts small.
Good.
Sometimes it does not.
Good.
As in terms of advice for someone who's first doing cosplay, probably start small.
Yeah, I was gonna say that first little bit.
Start small, because you can have a vision in your head and this is against no one's creative ability.
No.
At all.
No.
But you can have a vision in your head, and then all of a sudden it looks like poop on the floor. And you want to cry about it a little bit. Not speaking from personal experience at all. That would be so weird.
Not at all.
But yeah, like just start small, start little. And even if it's like you're doing a big costume, start early and do the small pieces first and then kind of put things together.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I'm going to sew the whole dress today. Like, don't do that.
No.
Because you will lose a finger. Like, it's inevitable if you're using a sewing machine that fast. No way.
Especially if you have no idea how to use a sewing machine. Like, if we're starting from bare bones,
right?
Like, if that's where you're starting, like, good for you. That's awesome. You can absolutely build those skills. There are the resources out there. The internet's going to be your best friend. There are definitely those skills out there and the resources for you to use, but I love that. I love that. I feel like people who've never tried to make a costume or a cosplay before, they see people who've done those, some of them who are very elaborate, some who are very simple, but they look at them and they're like, there's no way. Like, that seems so cool. I would love to try to make my favorite character. Yeah. I'd love to try to do that costume for Halloween or for a Renaissance fair or for this party or whatever it is. Yeah. But I don't have the skills.
Like, I don't know how to do that.
I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to start. Like, just start small.
Just start with one thing.
We all know how to order stuff off of Amazon.
Oh, the amount of Amazon packages at my house right now.
Yeah.
Way too many.
Like, anybody can order, like, maybe you really like Captain Jack Sparrow, right? Yeah. It's really simple to buy a couple of simple pirate stuff that you can zhuzh up a little bit, make it your own a little bit off of Amazon. That's easy.
A lot of cosplay and a lot of costuming is in the detail.
Oh,
where it's just like, I hung this little, I made a crown for one of my cosplays I'm doing for our upcoming FanX here in Salt Lake.
Perfect. Yeah.
And I did Shar, the goddess from Baldur's Gate. Mm-hmm. And I did the crown.
It's gonna be good. A
crown. I did not do her crown because that's insane. But I did a crown.
Yeah.
And I did a black, like, it's a gold base with a bunch of black fabric and a bunch of stuff. And I was like, it looks really dumb. Like, I was like, I don't like this.
Something,
it just needs
dull.
Something. It needs something.
Yeah.
So I grabbed earrings from, I think, Hobby Lobby. I don't know where I went.
Yeah.
Michael's, something.
Yeah.
And I found these earrings. They're little arrow black and gold earrings. And I was like, oh, I'll just hang these from the fabric. So I shoved them in there and, like, twist tied them to it.
Yeah.
And it looked great.
Legitimately, like, later today, I'm probably going to be updating my Insta. With an update on my current cosplay that I'm doing the finishing touches on. It's actually done. I'm just doing some of the accent pieces, right?
The details.
The details. And that's where the beauty comes in these cosplay pieces, where it's like, oh, you're working on your crown. Like, I'm literally working on a little sash that goes on the belt. Things, and it's supposed to have these little banglesies on it. And I literally just bought a scarf and I'm hot gluing some little gold discs to the scarf. Like, it cost me $2.
Yep. That's also a thing, because like, the bigger cosplays that you see at, like, conventions,
it can be a price tag real fast.
Yeah, really expensive. Yeah. So starting small and making sure that, like, you're not pushing your budget of $10 to $2,000. Like, maybe don't do that.
Like, I think picking the pieces that you're going to invest in is smart. Oh, yeah. For sure. And making that investment, spreading it out well, is smart. But yeah, like, don't go spending your money on like I wasn't about to buy like this super expensive sash that already had actual gold
on it
on the sash, when I was like, I have air drying foam that I can make little discs and paint it and be good
and be solid.
Like, I need the look. I need the look, not the actual, use. Yeah. And honestly, it looks great. I'm really happy with it.
And honestly, sometimes the least expensive cosplays are the ones that I go, that's awesome, because I feel like they put love and tender care. Not that other people that spend a lot of money don't put tender love and care into stuff.
I think it's a really fun art form, because you get to see everybody's interpretation of that character.
Yeah. Like
whatever that is.
Yeah. Currently I'm working on for Fedak.
Yeah.
I'm doing so many things. I'm tired.
Yeah, guys, we're releasing this for Halloween during the season of October. We are not recording in October. Psych! No. That is not how this podcast works.
Time's irrelevant.
Ba-na-na-na. We've time traveled to you from the future.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, Fedak has already happened. We've already had the party.
And we hope that it went well.
Yeah, hopefully there was no epic failures on anybody's part. And hopefully our cosplays turned out great and wonderful.
May we hope and pray.
Yep. And hopefully you enjoy this episode and prepare well for your cosplays and costumes in the wonderful month of Halloween. Woo.
Very fun.
Yes.
We love.
Yes. Would you like to roll the dice again?
Yeah. Oh, God. There's a teapot in there. Nat 20!
Natural 20.
I got a 19 and
then a 20. I think it's just Katie. I think it's just Katie. Yeah, like, literally,
poor babe.
I recorded with her, couldn't roll above a 9.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I think it's just her.
Glad that I'm a little better than that. I'm just kidding.
Tell me your favorite cosplay you have ever done.
Can it be ones that are like in process, or does it have to be done?
It can, okay. It's a natural 20. I'll give you some wiggle room. Okay. It can be in process. Like, if it's the one you're working on, that's fine. Okay. But, like, favorite, top.
Okay.
Toppest, top.
Is it my favorite? I don't know.
See, but you don't know, right? You haven't put it on. You don't know what.
I'm very excited about this.
You are. You're excited, but maybe you're going to put it on and you're going to spend the whole day in it and you're going to be like, actually, this is the pits that's crown got caught on everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Headgear. That's another thing, guys. Headgear is rough sometimes.
Especially if you're like at like a destination.
Guys, Bree's tall.
I'm real tall. And I wear a lot of heels in my cosplays.
And I can tell you from experience, getting in and out of cars with crowns, antlers,
when I get there. I can't.
You wanna get your headgear and stuff on once you get there. And
there's also like if you have a hoop skirt, if you have bigger things that don't fit in a car.
There's an assembly of stuff. That's part of the cosplay process.
That's why you also see a lot of people at like Ren fairs just standing at their cars, putting on swords.
You're putting that stuff on
at the back of their car
after you get there.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that type of thing, because some of your cosplay choice is, what am I committing to?
Yeah. What can I drive in? How much do I need to actually? Because you would think you could drive in a corset. Not really.
You can drive in a corset. You cannot move.
Whilst driving in a corset,
you can turn your neck.
Which is
you cannot turn your torso.
No, but it's like
you're gonna be very upright.
Yeah.
I love how we both sat up.
I had to adjust my mirrors many times when I've driven in a corset. I'm like, okay, I'm a little taller right now.
You have to kind of like move your chair back a little bit. Like you have to like move.
Readjust the
you
whole
have to
car.
like
you're like a new person driving
with your arms very forward. Yeah, the tips of your fingers, tips of toes. Like if somebody were to pull you over, they would be like, "Oh, you have excellent posture."
And I'd be like, "Correct. Can I assist you, officer?"
Why, thank you, young officer of the law.
Of the law, my dear. And pulled over my carriage.
They would also be very disconcerted because usually when I'm in a corset, there's quite a lot of face makeup.
There's a lot of other things that are on
I'm
my
usually a primary color.
Yeah, and like normally I have like a sword or like a dagger or something with me, and I'm always like, "Officer, I promise it's okay."
Yes. Hello.
Anyway, my favorite.
Yes.
I think I'm still gonna go with the one that I'm working on. I'm working on like 4 right now, but the one that's not done probably the least, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
you got crunch.
There's nothing.
Crunch time.
Well, this one's not for FanX.
Oh, okay.
This one is for a group cosplay I'm doing in October for Halloween.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's
so we're
cool.
doing Six the Musical, The Six Wives. And I'm doing Catherine Howard.
Ooh.
So I get to be all pink.
Ooh.
We have microphones.
Gotta have
bedazzled.
pictures.
So
oh
many
my gosh, you're gonna
pieces.
have pictures.
The amount of jewels in my room. My poor vacuum's gonna just.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's your carpet doing?
It's not. I don't. So my roommate Chris has a phobia of glitter.
Oh.
So I don't let him in my room.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because I would feel really bad if he got
does
like
he
a bunch
have
of glitter on
a
himself
like
and then
hazmat suit
or
like
he's just not allowed in my room. And if there's something that's glittery, I just go, hey, I gotta. And I like throw it somewhere.
I could
like in the room.
maybe get him like a disposable, like one of those caps and gown things.
Something.
So
yeah, it's the mask.
the surgical booties that he could put on.
Like
the gloves. Yeah.
On.
Yeah. His poor boy.
Yeah, I was like, you chose the wrong roommate. I'm so sorry. Because everything I do, like, my lotion has glitter in it.
Yeah,
like, I don't
it does. It's very sparkly.
It's very sparkly. It's from Mathematic Works. It's great. Anyway.
Love that store.
It's so good.
This
I have a
poor
problem.
boy.
It's so bad. I feel so bad. Especially as I'm working.
Did you know this? This is a complete tangent, but I'm concerned.
No, I did not know.
I mean, that's like, how would you know something like that? That's a very personal thing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not
something I knew until I was roommates.
That's not something that would come up in like normal conversation. You're like sitting at the lunch table. Yeah. You're at lunch. You're on break, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I have a phobia of glitter."
Like, unless glitter was at the office, which it normally wasn't. So, glitter's everywhere, though. If you have glitter in one spot, it's going to be everywhere else.
That's everywhere. Yep. Maybe, I mean, honestly, logical fear.
Seriously. Yeah,
right?
It just is everywhere, and you can't get rid of it.
It's everywhere now. Yeah. Like, that's
you will never
understandable fear.
Yeah. No, there's glitter that I've had, like makeup glitter that I've had back when I was working at Evermore. And I still find it in places. I've moved twice.
Yeah, you have.
Since that point. And I still find it in like.
I'm literally thinking about a couple of like rouges and stuff that I have that are just a little shimmery.
Oh yeah.
But like absolutely I have that same thing.
Oh yeah.
I have that same thing of like, I haven't had that particular blush in years.
And I still I know exactly what the glitter looks like.
Yep.
I know what it is and what color it is.
100%.
Right there. Like I can
100%. Complete tangent from that question, but an important.
But I did answer the question.
You did. It was a very important. Mine.
I have a favorite of yours, but that's different.
Oh, you do.
I love your jester. It's my favorite.
Oh my. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I really love doing Jester. She's one of my favorite ones to cosplay.
You also do the voice very, very well.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So, I really like doing Jester.
She's fun.
One of the first, really, I would say, big, extravagant ones that I did was Fern from Critical Role.
Right.
And
I also love your
I really like Fern.
Yeah.
I really like doing Fern because the way I did Fern's cosplay, I'm so proud of. Mm-hmm. It was actually stupid simple.
That's the best kind.
Yeah. And especially, so she has this shoulder cape situation that's very, very floral, very opposite to me, Katie. I don't like pink. I'm not into flowers. It's not my jam.
Yep.
Fern, the character, is from the Feywild.
Yep.
She's basically an embodiment of a flower garden.
Yeah.
Just so much pink and roses and vines and flowers everywhere. And I have all this pink satin cape thing going on. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And I literally took this large swath of pink satin and just bunched it all together. Glued the crap out of just so many flowers all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And just broad stitched so many gathers in different spots on it and it velcros onto my like shirt piece that I have. It's garbage.
We love.
It's absolute garbage. There is no skill that went into the creation of that shoulder cape. Things. Yeah, it's Velcro and glue. And I get so many compliments with that cape.
It looks really good, is the thing. It does. And that goes back to your cosplay doesn't have to cost a lot of money or be very intricate to be very
like honestly the most expensive piece in that cosplay are her little hoofies.
Yeah.
And I
the like no heel.
Yeah. And I debated back and forth whether or not I was going to invest in those, and I don't regret it at all.
They look good.
They do look really good. They really, really complete the look. The cost of that is I can only spend about an hour walking around in those, but that's pretty typical of like
any heels,
any really tall. Then they are technically stiletto heels. Yeah. There's just no heel.
Heelless heels,
but
folks.
they look like hoofs because she's a satyr, a fawn. Yeah. And so you gotta have little hoofs, and they claw.
And they do, and they sound so. I knew where you were coming from, like a mile away.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I was like,
they make me significantly taller. Like,
also, it was the thing where I just kept being like, "Where's Kate?" Never mind, I found her.
Like, I love being Fern, and part of what I like about cosplay when I feel really comfortable in the character is being able to like do the voice, like do the mannerisms, like really evoke the character, and like Fern's one that I can do really well. Gesture's so easy for me.
Just you fall right into it.
Yeah, gesture's so easy. And Fern's one that people have no idea. Like, unless you are familiar with Critical Role, which I highly recommend, nobody knows who Fern is.
Right. But the nerd community here specifically.
Yes, but even the people who don't, like, little kids freaking love Fern. They run up to her all the time, like, and they want pictures, and adults think she's, like, beautiful and awesome. Like, I've had so many people just want to get pictures or see the cosplay or admire it, and I love that side of it, too. Because I really admire other people's skill. I don't
I'll
really...
let them know, too. Like, I
don't really see myself... Yeah, I don't really see myself as being particularly skilled. Like, I'm just having it fun. And my Fern, I just threw together.
Yeah.
I literally just threw together. It was just a lot of nothing. And, like, the money was in the shoes that I can only wear for an hour at a time, and then I have to take a break.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, for people to react that way
was super
with cool. Fern is super cool. So I love doing Fern.
A little tangent for that, but, like, if you see a cosplayer, almost every cosplayer I've met, I've never once really met someone that was like, don't talk to me when I'm in cosplay. Like, don't do that. Unless they're doing something actively. Like
if they're busy.
Or a film or
something. If they're busy, don't like, bug them.
At a con, anywhere. I have approached so many cosplayers and been like, dude, you look awesome. Even if I don't necessarily take a picture or anything like that, because sometimes they don't want a picture. They're going somewhere. They're doing something. Yeah. And so I always, if I want a picture, I'll always ask, because consent is key.
Do ask for pictures, because we might be busy.
You might be going somewhere. Yeah. I might have to pee, honestly. Like, there might be something that I have to go do. And so there's always, like, I always go up and I'll approach and be like, hey, just wanted to let you know you look really good. And then if I feel like the situation warrants, I'll be like, can I grab a picture with you? Yeah. And they'll either be like, yes or no. And either answer is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I love getting pictures of all the people's, like, their skill. Like, it's inspiring to me. It inspires me to, like, try stuff. There's a lot of things I haven't tried. Like, I've never attempted armor.
Oh my god, it scares me.
It's so scary to me to be like, whether you're making it from foam or actual, like, armor. I've never attempted it, but it's so cool. So there's all kinds of stuff that I love to be able to see, like, the different skill, but also just like, man, you guys are all so talented. I love it, and I love the so makeup. Impressive. I love the different wigs and everything that people bring to the table. And so, like, I love being able to share what I can do, and I love, like, being so excited about what everyone else has done and getting those cool pictures. So yeah, Fern was a lot of fun because I was not expecting the reaction that I got with Fern, especially when I first did her. And then I got kind of used to it because I was like, people freaking love Fern.
Cool.
This is really cool.
Yeah, it's also always the cosplay you don't expect to get so much clout. Like, you're like...
Yeah. Like Jester's very, very recognizable, and I feel like a lot more critters recognize Jester, which is great. I freaking love that. Wonderful. But like Fern, I was not expecting it, and way more people outside of the fandom just glommed onto Fern. So
she seems a little more like generically fantasy if you don't know who she is.
Yeah. And I was just like, this feels like such a wholesome cosplay. I'm just like, this is so great. This is so adorable. Like, it legitimately made me feel like a lot of times like a Disney princess with how many of the little kids just felt so comfortable coming up and like getting pictures. I was just like, this is so cute.
Yeah.
So
I love those costumes where it's like you either have adults of a certain fandom or even just general people being like, you look great, and like
just random people. It's so cool.
It's such a like validating feeling because like, not that you necessarily need someone to be like, your cosplay's great for you to love it, but it's still nice.
It's very nice. So if you guys are going to a Halloween party, or you're going to a Renaissance fair, or you're going to a con or anything, and you see a cool costume.
If you're walking down the street and you see someone that is in cosplay, maybe be like,
compliment them. They worked hard on that.
Because I guarantee you, they're probably going to a con.
They worked hard on that, and you are going to make their day.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what, guys? If you are in cosplay, you look cool.
Oh, yeah.
Should we roll the dice?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yes.
Surround
Let's
the teapot.
see if I can roll real bad.
All right.
Nope,
19. Bad.
The dice like
Bad.
this.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a 6.
It's a 6.
That's more like my style.
6 for the win.
How many cosplays will you typically make each year? Usually. Yeah, usually.
Okay.
Usually.
You want to go first while I count this in my head?
So, I try to just do like 1 or 2 new ones. This year was like a little bit of an exception to the rule. For 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're doing your updated or your new Jester. What are the other ones?
Veth. We're doing Veth.
I forgot about that.
And we're doing like a revamped Hobbit.
Oh, I think you told me about that. I'm very excited about that.
And I don't really consider it, I guess it's sort of a cosplay. Because for Halloween, there's going to be a race, and we're doing a group cosplay for the race.
Oh, that's so fun.
We're going to do How to Train Your Dragon, and they just announced that the theme is dragons.
That's beautiful.
And we didn't know that when we chose How to Train Your Dragon. Like, I've been nerding out about it for days.
That's amazing.
And I've been so stoked, you guys. I've been so freaking stoked.
That's so
The
good.
medals are so cool. I'm just over the moon. I'm so excited. But, like, the reason why we picked How to Train Your Dragon was because a couple of us runners already had running leggings that were dragon scales.
I love it.
And we were like, well, we already have like half of it.
Yeah.
So now we just have to get like wings and tails and stuff.
Nice.
And like our other runners were like, well, we have like Viking stuff. And I was like, oh, you guys, we could be like the dragons and the riders. And we could be like... and so it just worked out really well. And then they freaking announced
that it was
dragons. And we're like,
amazing.
we are so on brand.
We're so good at this.
We're so good at this. We freaking should go to just, oh man.
We go everywhere and predict.
We need to go to Las Vegas right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really know if I actually consider that a cosplay.
I consider that a costume.
It's more like a costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, because... the emphasis is on, like...
being able to run.
I have to be able to run. Yeah.
And many of my costumes and my cosplays...
non-functional.
I can barely walk in some of them, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
There's some that you're just like, I'm in like a mermaid pencil dress looking thing, but I look good.
Yeah.
And my feet are together and I'm not moving.
An important aspect when you're deciding on costume, cosplay, whatever, outfit. Is this
able to move?
Photo worthy?
Yeah. Where am I going?
Are you doing this for 5 minutes? Are you doing this for an hour? Are you doing this for
8 hours?
8 hours. Are you walking inside? Are you outside?
Are you doing a photo shoot outside near water?
Yeah.
Are you doing, like, there's a lot of
Is it
things.
gonna rain?
Yeah.
Like,
I've had it rain on a wig that I curled for weeks. And luckily, the rain was cold enough that it didn't necessarily get rid of the curl, but it definitely dampened it. And I was like,
oh gosh.
This is the day I cry.
Oh my god.
But we were like almost done with the photo shoot, and then it started pouring rain, and I was like, we'll use it. It's fine. And so I just started like swishing the hair behind me, just trying to get it off the costumes, like the actual like pieces. Yeah. And I was trying to like swoop it away, and I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Take the picture, go! And I would just like take
the picture.
Like it would just be I'd do like one
thing,
stay there for like 5 seconds, and then run back under the cover and try. It was insane. It was a fun one, but it was insane.
Yeah, it's you've got to decide. And like with the nature of this particular run, it is set up like you could do like people do. They go full out because there is a costume contest.
Yeah.
You could go full out.
Oh yeah.
Immediately change, run.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Like I'm competitive. And so it's like, I'm either there to win the costume contest or I am there to run. I can't do both. My brain doesn't have the capacity.
Yeah.
And also, like, I have a very particular set of skills. So, like, I would lean heavily into, like, the makeup side, the hair, doing, like, spikes and, like that.
Braids
really. No, the dragon.
Oh, the dragon.
Because I'm a dragon. So I would really lean heavy into the makeup side because you've got to figure out how to dragon.
Like a whole mohawk look. Yeah, cool.
And I know I can make some like really cool spike hair pieces to really bring that dragon out, and it would look amazing. But then I got to turn around and do that at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then take as much of it off as I can to be able to then run.
Yeah. So it has to be removable. Like, again, it's just the circumstance in which you're doing the costume or cosplay.
It's not happening.
If you're doing a photo shoot and it's like an indoor studio, full out. Do everything. Bring it all with you. Get everything ready. Do the whole 9 yards.
100%. Especially if somebody else could do my freaking face makeup for me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'd be so down.
We're gonna make a name for ourselves here. I'm gonna shoot stuff down. There was a costume contest that I freaking won as Fern.
Nice.
I was at Evermore actually.
Nice.
I killed it, and I knew going in. I was like, I'm gonna kill this. Like I don't even have to try.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm gonna kill this because I was Fern,
and everybody loves Fern.
Yeah, I walked in there with my staff and my hoofies, and I killed it. Like that wasn't even hard for me, but I knew what I was going up against, and I was like, all right, plebes.
I got this.
Step aside. He's like, I sewed this cape in an afternoon with a hot glue gun.
I bunched this fabric myself.
I did. It looks like
I bought these
garbage
myself with my hard-earned money.
Yep, the hoofs were the most expensive part. Yep. Everything else came off of Amazon.
Same.
Yeah.
But, I mean, back to the original question that I did not answer. I probably make 1, if not 2, per year.
Nice.
Because, first off, money is a thing.
It's a thing.
Second off, time is a sneaky, sneaky mistress. And suddenly, we have a week until Fan Eggs.
Yeah.
And I'm crying a little bit. So
yeah.
I'm done with everything, but I have to now try it all on and hope it works.
Put it together. Yeah.
There's one piece of I'm doing Charlie from Has-Been Hotel, if anybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
I had to iron on her little heart that she has on her like halter dress.
Yeah, the little halter.
And so she has a heart right like at the top.
Uh-huh.
and I had to iron it on, and that's the first time I've ever ironed anything on.
Oh.
And it's not hard to necessarily iron
it's not
something
too
like,
bad.
Just,
it can be a little wonky.
Yeah,
it can be a little
sure it's in the right
wonky.
spot, all that stuff. And I was doing it, but it's the thing that I put off the most because I was like, I've never done this. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to mess it up. It's going to be wrong.
I get into that. Yeah, I get into that headspace sometimes.
And I was like, and it's slightly off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to let it go. But I have no idea if it's going to stay on. Because I'm like, did I iron it for long enough?
Was it hot enough? Did I do it for long enough?
This is like the most anxiety I've had.
Honey, it's okay.
And I'm scared that I'm going to be at the con and
it'll just like
pop off.
Bloop.
And I'll be like, I was Charlie.
It'll be okay. I promise. Like, those things stay on actually pretty dang good. You know you can just like...
Sew it.
Well, like, babe, like tonight, go put it on.
I'm gonna
and be like, is there a bubble or something?
Yeah.
And you can literally just take your iron and be like, do 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 do.
I'm just scared that it's gonna be fine until the day.
No,
of the con.
like just add some more heat.
Yeah.
And they do stay pretty dang good.
Okay.
Like
I've been worried.
My little coattails thing, part of it is an ironed on applique for the border, and there were a couple bubbles, so you just kind of like iron it some more. Just kind of like you just beat it. Yeah, and like it don't come off. That's just like, and if it's starting to, you just
yeah. She's also the one that I have like contacts and fangs, and like I have to a lot
little
of
pieces,
parts.
like little.
And so
bits.
I'm like,
yeah.
If any one of these sucks, I will cry for about 2 seconds, and then we're gonna go to the con anyway, and I'm gonna buy things.
And it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm just like the person that's like right before, and then I get there, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, there's some things, because, like, you've worn those contacts before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've done things before, so it's like, those are kind of, like, old reliable. Yeah. Like, you're familiar with that stuff, so it'll be okay.
We've had those done. Those are out of the way. Those are here. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's something that, like, that time crunch that I specifically this year was, like, I'm not going to let myself do that. I started working on my 2 Veth and Jester cosplays in January.
I technically also started in January, but then I got scared of certain things, and those
stopped.
were the procrastinated things. I got everything else done in like May.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then I was like, I have to iron on this thing. I have to remold my fangs. I have to do this. And I'm like, I don't wanna.
But what if I mess it up?
But what if it's wrong?
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I have that thing with with sewing.
Yeah.
Which is why I try to avoid it as much as possible. So the only times I sew something is if I can't find it or slightly modify a thing that I can buy.
Yeah, like glue something, or if I can cut something
off.
If I can cut it out.
Yeah.
Or like cut it off of something else and then like glue it on.
Or like trim an edge.
Something, yeah.
Hem something.
I can't do something that's
yeah. Like Fern's outfit. I made the cape.
Yeah.
I bought the top and the skirt. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And I like glued stuff on here and there and ta-da!
You just did a little with like jewelry or whatever.
Fluffed it up. Yeah. Literally fluffed it up. And that was it. That's Fern's outfit.
And then the shoes.
And then the shoes. And I bought the shoes because I couldn't make the shoes because I'm not that cool.
Those kinds of things are really hard to
make.
Yeah,
unless you've
never done it before or like a very
I don't know how to even start
person.
to make shoes, let alone hoofy shoes.
Yeah, let alone like I could buy the heel and maybe like snap off the heel part
accidentally.
And be like, ta-da! Like, that's all I've got.
Yeah, accidentally I could. I've seen that particular creator. I've seen their like how we make it videos. Yeah. They're very satisfying.
Oh yeah.
Very satisfying. Highly recommend. Great creator. Highly recommend. So with like Jester's outfit, I knew I was going to have to sew like almost the entirety of it. Yeah. And so I started very early because I was it's not that I can't sew, it's that I loathe it entirely.
It's not that you can't do it, you don't want to do it, and if you do mess up, you need time and you need
literally start all over, guys. Dude, like it's a thing.
Is the bane of my existence.
It's dreadful. I was talking to one of my friends earlier about how like it's such a different art form because, like, if you mess up painting, you paint over it.
You figure it out.
Yeah. If you mess up sculpting, you sculpt it a little differently.
Yeah.
Like,
you mess up sewing?
If you mess up your cake, put more frosting on top of it.
Scrape the frosting off, retry.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Re-chill the cake. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever you gotta do. If you mess up soup, add more broth.
Something. You can add.
You can add, you can take away. But if you mess up sewing,
you just start from square one.
You gotta chuck it and burn it.
Yeah. Like there's either you chuck it and burn it or you seam rip and there's a bunch of holes in the side. Yeah. Anyway.
Like I was finishing like the sleeve. I was literally doing just like the little sleeve. Just finishing the hem. Oh. And I had to like just trim the little extra on the hem and tuck it over and finish it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. And I'm done.
Were you like serging it?
Yeah. Oh. And I just had to trim the hem so that you could then serge over top and it tucks it around and it's pretty and it's beautiful. And like I was just so scared that I was like, as I'm like trimming this hem to get all the excess fabric to make it pretty and nice, get it gone. If I slip just a little bit and I accidentally just like cut this whole sleeve off of my entire garment, well, there goes my shirt.
Yeah.
And that's such an irrational thing because I'm an adult. And I'm careful. Yeah, it could happen. And it literally took me an entire afternoon months ago to make this shirt. So, and I don't have the fabric anymore because I used it because I bought what I needed. And
if it's not fixed.
So that's my I am terrified of sewing. It's the bane of my existence. I'm actually pretty dang good at it, but I'm just like terrified the whole time. I'm like, don't mess up, Katie.
Don't look at it wrong.
I'm not scared of like chopping my finger off.
No, that using the sewing machine, the actual like
that's not scary.
The least. No, the messing up of the project will make me stop the project.
I'm scared I'm going to sneeze and it's just going to go brrrr.
Oh, I've actually done that. When I was first learning to sew, did not control it.
That's normal.
Didn't know what was going on. I was using a serger.
Oh.
And so I'm finishing my project.
You were a baby.
Yeah. I was finishing the project. Everything was going really well. And then I didn't sneeze. I didn't cough. Nothing happened. No. My teacher scared me. My teacher scared me, and so the fabric went from being straight on the serger to half of it that wasn't supposed to be in the serger was in the serger. No! And I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I stared at it for like a solid 5 minutes.
And then my
teacher was just standing behind me staring at it, and we both were like, what do we do?
You stop, and they hand you this teeny little fork-shaped thing, and they're like, this is what's called a seam ripper.
And the biggest problem was the serger cuts as it goes.
Yeah.
It had cut part of my project off that I needed for the end of it, so I had to re-sew that
You have to sew the thing back onto your thing, and then you got to sew the other thing.
And then you have to make it look kind of seamless, hopefully.
And then you have to explain to the universe, why is there this random seam...
Stitch,
in the middle of Grandma's quilt.
Yep. It was actually a quilt that I was wearing. I'm not joking. It was a quilt. It was not my grandmother's quilt. It was a quilt for my new little baby cousin. But...
And this is, this line here is a symbolism of the trials of life.
Try to, like, justify it with some, like...
Because it's like art class.
Yeah, if you mess up the painting, you're like, no, intentional.
No, it's deep,
see this splatter
symbology. Yeah,
simply means life is unpredictable.
In reality, you just spilled your Coke on your lap and just splattered
chocolate.
Splattered the paint on the. Yeah, that's what you got to do. But see, like that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah,
I haven't done something like that in literal, like since I was a child, right? But like that's where my brain goes. So yeah, it'll cause me to like creatively like gridlock.
Yeah.
So that's happened a couple of times. Like I had to put ribbing into this, like it's almost a corset, and I've never done that before.
Ribbing's hard too. Like
it's like now that I've done it, I realized that I was creatively gridlocked for no good reason. Because like you literally sew these channels and you just stick it in there and you sew it closed. Yeah. And what helped was that I just thought of it as like, just do one step. Just sew, you can sew straight lines, Katie. Just sew this straight line. Good job. Now sew this straight line. Great job. Now stick this in the little pocket. Good job. Like, sometimes when I just treat myself like a small child,
things get done.
Things get done. Yeah. And that's how I got past it. And it turned out great. But now that I've done it, it's like, oh, okay. That's how that works. But I was so
But not knowing
stuck.
how to do it or like what, like even if you have instructions.
Yeah, I have a great
still
pattern.
One of those things, like I was doing the first time I ever molded fangs. It's like, okay, leave it on, like, stick it up, do this, hold it there, like,
hold it in the thing,
like, concise,
step by step. Yeah.
But I was like,
I've never done fangs.
I'm gonna mess it up.
I've never done fangs.
I put the little like
pasty
little paste
stuff
in it, and I was like, okay, and then I did it, and I was like, I feel like I've messed this up already. I had it. They worked fine, and they look great.
Yeah.
But
I've never done fangs. I've always wanted to. Jester's one that I could. Yeah. But it's just like.
And it's also hard because do you want to do them on your actual canines or on your scissors or on
like really pointy canines already. So, and I have so much going on with the rest of my outfit that I do for Jester for each of them that I'm like, I think I'm good.
Fine. Yeah.
But yeah, I have very prominent canines already, and so I'm just like, do I really want to make myself look like I'm one of those weird double vampires? Because I have such pointy teeth.
Yeah.
So
I did it on the most recent ones I have on my incisors, so the one right in front of
the one right next to the canines.
And it looks almost like it's a werewolf, kind of, because it's like more front facing.
It's more frontward facing, a little more prominent.
And when I close my mouth, because when you first put them in,
you look like a little bunny rabbit.
Yeah, because when you first put them in, you're not used to them.
No.
So you first put them in, and you're like trying to like close your lips or
to go up over.
Like you're trying to. It's like when you first get braces and you don't know how to close your mouth anymore. Yeah. It's that very similar feeling.
Yeah.
So you just have to wear them for a second.
There's like a thing.
There's something
in your
there,
mouth,
and you're like, or when you get your braces removed and you're trying to like remember where
your teeth are so slimy.
Yeah, and you're like, where'd they go?
Like all you
feel metal on my.
Shout out to all you braces kids out there. Feel your pain. Yeah, I know what that was like.
Oh.
Talk about a horror movie right there. Like, ooh, we could tell some scary stories. We're gonna be having a scary story episode on Halloween night. Maybe we'll tell scary stories about braces.
Honestly, it's the only scary stories I'm okay with. No,
you might have to brace yourself. Oh man. Well, guys. I hope our lovely stories about cosplay and costuming and all the tangents have helped to enlighten you and maybe not discourage you too much from delving into the world of costuming yourselves. Maybe inspired you a little bit to try some things. But this is all we have time to talk about today.
Sad. Tears of sadness.
I know. But we will talk at you later.